Welcome to Bull, out for the.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jason Plays back in this jank with another video. And on today's video, we'll be talking about the Xbox 2024 showcase that took place just a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, I know it took me a minute to get my thoughts together, but now that we're here, I will say that Microsoft showed a lot of first-party titles. Xbox technically came out swinging, and to prove a point and prove a lot of the naysayers wrong, it seems as if they're going to fulfill their promise of having a strong cadence of first-party titles. Although MS did show some high-profile third-party titles, in this video I'm going to focus primarily on the first-party titles from Xbox Game Studios. The first game I'm going to start off with is Perfect Dark. Now, Perfect Dark is a reboot of a classic game that appeared on the Nintendo 64. The game was originally made by Rare Studios, published by Nintendo, which was on May 22nd, 2000. So that was 24 years ago. Then you had Perfect Dark Zero that released on the Xbox 360 in November 2005. And now at this showcase, Microsoft showed off Perfect Dark, presumably coming out in 2025 or 2026. This game is being developed by a studio that Microsoft put together a while ago called The Initiative, and this is supposed to be a quadruple A studio, not triple A, but quadruple A. So it's supposed to be some of the best talent in the world, but we did hear that Perfect Dark has suffered some issues and had got off track for a while. Then we heard the rumors that they went and grabbed Crystal Dynamics, the team behind the Tomb Raider series, to help them build the vision that they had for Perfect Dark. So this game will be from a first player perspective, single player game with missions, and each mission has different choices that are offered in which you can choose to complete those particular missions. So the game looks pretty smooth. You can see elements of stealth as well as some action moments with melee combat combined with first person shooting, as well as you see traversal that looks similar to Mirror's Edge. I must say that the game does look pretty good. The Perfect Dark community and the Xbox community are both very excited about this game. So if you like stealth, action, and that 00 agent feel, futuristic like Deus Ex, this might be the game for you. I'll keep my eye on this one, and this game will also launch in Game Pass day one. Now, this next game is my number 2 Xbox exclusive franchise of all time, and that's Gears of War. And the game that they showed was Gears of War E-Day. They're going to tell the story about Emergence Day, which bits and pieces of the story have been presented in the first Gears of War and bits and pieces throughout the other entries in the series, but this game should tell a complete detailed story about E-Day. The Coalition is also saying that they're leaning into the horror of the game to give an experience per se of the first day that you actually had an encounter with a locust. It will probably be an experience that will scare you to death. So by them saying that they're leaning into the horror side, that sounds pretty cool. Also, they'll be utilizing the Unreal Engine 5. Although this is not particularly air quotes gameplay, this trailer was still made with in-engine assets that you will actually see in the game. And I can tell you right now that this game looks awesome. Like I said, my number 2 franchise on Xbox all time. I definitely will be playing Gears of War E-Day, and this game also will launch in Game Pass on day one. The next game I want to highlight is South of Midnight. Now, for me, this game looks like an instant hit based on the trailer that was shown, the character design, the level design, the style of game that it is to be a dark modern folktale third-person adventure game that's set in the American Deep South. The main protagonist, Hazel, will have encounters with creatures from different southern folklore. The animation and graphical style of this game looks amazing to me. This title looks to fill a void that Microsoft has been lacking for many years. It's a single player, third person, narrative driven action adventure titles. This is one of the areas that PlayStation dominates in. Sony has these big blockbuster, single player, narrative driven epic games. And this game is probably my most favorite game shown by Xbox Game Studios at this conference, only second to Gears of War E-Day. Alright, now let's talk Fable. Now I just got to tell the truth here. I do have some understanding of what Fable is and what Fable is about. I played a little bit of Fable Anniversary. I do, like I said, remember the setting. I know it's an RPG game. I know it has a huge cult following and it's very popular with the Xbox community. With that being said, what they have shown of the new Fable that's being developed by Playground Games, which is the studio that's responsible for the Forza Horizon series. Even if you're not a car person, I'll just tell you right now, Forza Horizon 5 on the Xbox Series consoles, it's a must play. And if you play that game, you'll understand how talented the developers are at Playground Games. Not only are they talented at making games that are fun, but the engine that they use to build their game is also awesome. And I believe the same engine that they use for Forza Horizon 5 has been adapted to this game Fable. And if you take a look at this trailer, it also looks amazing. You can see the high quality assets, textures is heavy in the narrative department. I definitely want to check this game out when it launches. This next game, Doom, The Dark Ages, is going to PS5 and everywhere else. So technically, this game is not an exclusive, but it is an Xbox Game Studio game, and its jank look tough. Everybody know Doom is a classic game. It's like the king of the old style of first-person shooters. So it's been around for a good while, and now it's back. Basically, Doom The Dark Ages is Doom with a medieval vibe. We already know id Tech is known for their graphic technology, and you can see their expertise on display here with this beautiful trailer. I think this bodes well for Doom. It adds some variation as well as enhance the color palette for the game. This looks fast-paced, frantic. This game will be in Game Pass on day one. Now, another highlight for me was Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. I was introduced to airplanes at an early age. My father was in the airplanes, so I've always had an interest in flight. Flight Simulator had already been the leader in tech when it came to real world weather generation, the ability to fly anywhere using real longitude and real latitude. If you want it, you can even fly over your own residence. And Flight Simulator 2024 takes that experience to a whole new level where you actually have missions to complete. For example, you can do a rescue mission like an excavation. You could do search and rescue, aerial firefighting, helicopter cargo transport. So it kind of gamifies the simulator, and with that it can easily bring in other people who may not necessarily be into a flight sim. It may make the game enjoyable for them as well. So I think that element that they're adding to the Flight Simulator 2024 is incredible, and I'm definitely picking up this game, and it will be in Game Pass on day one. Now, one thing to note, the games that I highlighted will most likely be Xbox PC exclusives, at least for an extended period of time, with the exception of Doom The Dark Ages. Depending on how the games sell on Xbox platforms will probably determine if the exclusivity terms change. Most of every other game showcased in this presentation will also make its appearance on other consoles. And note, some of these games are Xbox exclusives as well. Now, here is a list of other Xbox Game Studios games that I didn't highlight: Avowed, State of Decay 3, World of Warcraft, The War Within, Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred, Stalker 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Starfield Shattered Space, which is a DLC for Starfield, and Indiana Jones. So if you take into account the games that I highlighted, plus the list of games that I just named, all of these games are produced and made by Xbox Game Studios. The crazy thing is that there's still Xbox Game Studio publishers that have games in the works that have not been announced. And what people are saying is that when the Gamescom show happens, Xbox will be going all out there too. All in all, I think I would give the Xbox conference an A-B+ rating, and I also believe that Xbox had one of the best press conferences for this summer. Let me know if there was anything announced that you're excited about in the comments below. Yeah, we gaming ghosts.
I'm walking the bull, out for the. I'm walking the bull,